there, welcome to today's video on how to homeschool with babies and toddlers. So this year is much easier for me than it has been most years. If you're new here, my name is Melinda. I have 4 young children, ages 2 till almost 8. And it's the easiest year because I don't have any small babies this year. So I know this video maybe isn't the exact timing because I'm not in the thick of it, but I'd written about this topic and I'm trying to make a video for everything I've written about. That is why I want to share about homeschooling with babies and toddlers. But I was looking back over what I'd written when I was in the thick of it, and it does still apply. So I'll share my main points with you, and I hope some of it can be an encouragement and a blessing to you in whatever stage of littles and homeschooling you have going. So if you're in the baby or toddler stage, one very important tip is to be very flexible. Very, very flexible. This stage with these little ones and trying to homeschool is tough, especially if all of yours are young. Now maybe if you have some older children, it might be a bit easier. But if they're all 8 and under like mine, then it can be a bit tough. The flexibility is important. And another thing I would say that really helped me when I had a baby is using a baby carrier or a baby swing. I had a baby swing that if the baby was happy, he could swing in there a while. I had a baby carrier for when he was especially really small. I don't handle them very long, but that I could have him in the baby carrier and he'd be happy longer while I homeschool. And so those are some very helpful ways to be able to homeschool in the baby season. Another thing you can do is make use of nap times. Babies nap a lot. My youngest right now, my 2-year-old, is dropping his naps many days. So it makes it a little bit, that tip doesn't apply to me right now. He doesn't nap during school times. But he's older too. But for babies, if you need rest sometimes, well, you need to rest. But if not, you can take advantage of their nap times for things like school that require more concentration and more of your time. Another tip I would say that is very important is to get a maid or a mother's helper. Now this is something that I used to always try to work my way out of. Out of hiring help, I always work my way into more work. I always wanted to be able to do it all myself. But since my last baby, I've had someone cleaning the floor every week for me. I should probably get cleaned twice a week, and sometimes I do some, but once a week they clean the floor for me, and that is just such a huge help. I've had some girls sometimes come, especially in tougher seasons like early postpartum or when I broke my arm or things like that. And that has been very helpful. I don't have that opportunity all the time, but I have an older neighbor lady who comes and does the floor cleaning for me, and she does a good job. I think for the last 2 years at least, or more even, and I've just been so grateful. So if you can in some way hire help or get help for sometimes it takes, and have them do your worst job. If it's not something bad, something they hate doing. Floor cleaning is something that I just do not enjoy, and having someone else do that helps me just to be able to concentrate more on homeschooling and other things I need to do, and be able to enjoy the rest more because I don't have that looming over my head that I have to clean the floor. Another thing would be to use reverse planning. If instead of writing out your goals that you want done for either school or in the home, write them once they are done. So your child does a math lesson, write it down. But they didn't get to a language arts lesson, it's not written down. It helps you see you rocked the baby, you see you held your sick toddler. It helps you to feel more like you did something than if you would write down what all you want to do and then you don't do it. So I like to have my to-do list, but I like this especially for schooling. I have kind of goals about how much I want done, but I don't write it down specifically till after it's done. So I can see, oh, we did do a lot all these days. We didn't maybe do quite as much as I wanted, but we did a lot. I think that has been really helpful. And another big tip is to remember what all counts as learning. Maybe you're in a year of having a new baby and your other children are young, so the academic pressure is not so strong yet that they have to do so much. Reading books counts as learning. Read to them while you're nursing the baby or at some other time. Go on walks and teach them observation. Just learning from the world around them is a lot of learning. I'm not saying ditch the books, but sometimes you have to replace some of the books that you like to do for this other real life learning. Teach life skills and chores. That'll help you, and it's learning for your children to learn how to bake or cook or clean or do something of chores. And so it's not all lost. All of that is learning. Children are learning all the time. And if you have to go loose around the academics for a year, that's okay. It will be, they'll still learn. Don't worry about them getting behind. Now, what about when you have a toddler or a preschooler, as I have? My preschooler does a bit of books. And like I said, this year they get entertained at their grandma's house with some stuff sometimes. But before this year, and even this year, here are some of the ways that I have been able to manage with preschoolers homeschooling, though we haven't done anything thoroughly till the last 2 years have been actual schooling. One thing I do is try to have a special school time with your preschoolers or toddlers, where it's just mommy and them having a little bit of, I don't know, some kind of activity. It can be the simplest thing like sorting or something. Teaching them a few letter sounds if they're interested. But if they get a bit of your attention, they're usually going to be happier to go and play, because they know they did their school already, because they want to join their siblings in doing school. Another thing is to have special games and toys that are just for school time. Now this year I'm not doing that as much because we're away from home, but in the past I've often had certain toys, certain games, certain activities just can come out at school time. And so it's fresh for them. They haven't been gotten bored from playing with it all day. And so they are happy to be playing with something new. And there's mothers who have a whole big good system for every day of the week, a different box or something. I have never done that much, but all of that helps. Another thing that really helped, especially, I guess it's just in general life with little children, especially when I didn't have older children that could help out as much. By now, my 6 and almost 8-year-old can do a lot, is to have water bottles and snacks available. If I had a water bottle of those straw kind or something that my toddler could reach somewhere, it saved a lot of having to get up to give them water. If I had a simple, I don't know, I'd open a package of crackers or set out a banana or something, that when they're hungry, they can get it, and it helps so much to not be getting up, like I said. So that would be another tip, have water bottles and maybe snacks. Now, lately, what I do more often is I'd get a carrot. Well, carrots you have to be careful with young children, but a cucumber or some soft vegetable, and get that ready and have that out so that I don't feel bad about what they're snacking on, but so they can snack if they're hungry. So some things to remember if you're in the thick of the babies and toddlers years. And I feel like I'm out of it a bit now, but I've been in it for so many years that I have a heart for it, because I've gotten stressed out with that easily. But remember that no season lasts, and this season will pass, probably too soon. Like now I can sometimes hardly believe the season I'm in, the amount of, I don't have extra time, but things I can do that I couldn't do when I had a baby. And the homeschooling I can enjoy, which I couldn't enjoy when I had younger children. The activities I can do with my children. And so it's seasons that pass almost too soon, but I miss having a little baby, a little toddler. And yet I'm glad to be having a break. And so if you're in the season of it and it feels so thick and so unending, it will end. Maybe too soon. Give yourself a lot of grace. If you're waking up in the night with a baby, if you're tired, if a lot of things, give yourself a lot of grace to let things go. Academic things you wish you could do, you can do them eventually. Your children will learn. Do the basics of homeschooling, but let the rest go. Projects and so on, just be willing to give yourself grace and let yourself rest too when you need, because that is important. And most of all, remember to enjoy the season. Oh, it's hard sometimes, but it's nice to be able to remember back on having babies and toddlers and knowing that you enjoyed it to the fullest that you could. And they are so sweet and so special, and they learn and grow so fast, and they learn so much just from everyday life. So it's sometimes hard to let go of what we wish we could do, but sometimes we need to, and we just need to enjoy. Take a day off, even if you're a bit behind in school. I'm not saying academics and keeping up academically aren't important for me with the basics, but there's a lot of things that we can let go, that we have pressure to do, that maybe I would just say let go. Enjoy the season. They're little only once. So I hope something in this video could have been an encouragement or an inspiration for you. Let me know in the comments what you feel helps most in the little season, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.
So that's how it comes out.
Yeah. So it climbs on, just don't touch its wings.
But how can Daddy get him out?
I have to wait and see.